Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Martha Anger. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. For the first time in the pandemic, COVID-19 cases top 400,000 per day. To slow the spread, health experts say you must first know whether you have a cold, flu, allergies, or COVID, since many of the symptoms are the same. Here's how you can tell the difference. If infected with coronavirus, your symptoms may include fever, chills, cough, body aches, headaches, tiredness, shortness of breath, and loss of taste or smell. The CDC says having a sore throat, sneezing, itchy, or watery eyes, and having a runny or stuffy nose are less common with COVID-19. Someone with the flu may experience all of these symptoms, but the loss of taste or smell is more frequent with COVID-19. When it comes to colds, fever or chills are not common, but you may have a cough, body aches, tiredness, sneezing, or have a runny or stuffy nose. During winter months, even allergies can act up, but generally allergies don't cause a fever or chills, body aches, or loss of taste or smell. However, there can be a shortness of breath if a respiratory condition is triggered. Speaking of COVID, here are a couple of big coronavirus updates from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC says the Omicron variant is up to 3 times more infectious than Delta, and vaccines are not always strong enough to stop its transmission. So if you test positive for COVID, you should remain isolated until 10 days after the onset of symptoms. Last year, 30-year-old Spencer Eldon sued former members of the band Nirvana for the naked baby picture they used of him for the cover of their 1991 album, Nevermind. Eldon claimed the artwork was child porn. This week, Eldon's lawyers missed an important deadline, and a California judge granted the motion to dismiss the case. However, the judge also gave Eldon until January 13th to amend his lawsuit. But if he does not, the case will be automatically dismissed once and for all. Former President Donald Trump has canceled his press conference scheduled for January 6th at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. That would have been the first anniversary of the deadly riot on the Capitol by a mob trying to stop the certification of the 2020 election. A source familiar with the situation said Trump's advisors and Republican leaders encouraged him to cancel the event because it would have conflicted with public events like the prayer vigil at the Capitol. So instead of speaking on January 6th, Trump says he will speak at an Arizona rally January 15th. The committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot is asking former Vice President Mike Pence and Fox News host Hannity to cooperate. Committee members say the risk to Pence's life did not seem to motivate former President Trump to do anything while the Capitol was under attack, and they want to question Pence about what he saw and heard that day. The committee wants to question Hannity about text messages he sent White House officials. One saying, "I'm very worried about the next 48 hours," indicating he may have known what was about to happen before it happened, stepping outside his role as a journalist and playing an active role in a bigger political agenda. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows a record 4.5 million Americans voluntarily left their jobs in November. That's a 3% quits rate, which matches the high from September. Many analysts believe the trend is being driven largely by people who are retiring early. And it means the labor shortage is unlikely to let up anytime soon. Fans of late actress Betty White are encouraging and organizing the Betty White Challenge on social media to pay tribute to her by asking everyone to donate $5 to an animal shelter or rescue of their choice in her name by January 17th, which would have been White's 100th birthday. The beloved actress was well known for her love of animals. She worked with zoos, advocated for animals, and had many, many pets of her own. White died on December 31st at 99 years old. Sign1News will be broadcasting live updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a panel of diverse guests to discuss the hot topics of the week. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters who help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.